who met their wife, who met the best man at their wedding at a TPUSA event. Because as you guys all know, it's not just about speaking our mind, it's about making friends along the way and creating that support network that won an election and that staffed the current federal government. I owe so much to Charlie. I've had friends reach out in just the last couple of days who sent me messages, screenshots that they exchanged with Charlie in the run-up to me getting selected by the president as his vice presidential running mate. And it's such an honor to have people show me that Charlie said, we want JD to be the VP nominee. And I just had a conversation with the president, and I think things are actually going well. I think he's actually going to choose JD Vance. Do you know what it means to me that such a good guy, such a good friend, such a lion and visionary of our movement was advocating for me? So I wanted to use this show today to advocate for Charlie, to talk about him, to talk about what kind of a guy he was, to talk about what kind of a man he was, what kind of a husband and father he was, and to take people, most of them from inside the administration, but some of them from without, who knew Charlie best, and to talk about what he meant to them, what he meant to this administration, and what he meant to the conservative movement. Now, I was very honored a couple of days ago, on September the 11th, 2025, to fly out to Utah, where Charlie was shot and killed, to meet his wife, to meet his mom and his dad, his sister, all just incredible people who didn't deserve to have this happen to them. And I was also honored to be able to take Charlie's remains from Utah to Arizona. It was an amazing, amazing thing. It was heartbreaking, and it was sad, and it was terrible. But what an honor it was for me and my family to be welcomed in to the Kirk Inner Circle at their moment of grief. There are a few things that I want to talk about just from that moment. First of all, when I first met Erica, his lovely wife, and such an incredibly brave soul. I'm not sure if you saw her remarks after Charlie died. If you haven't, I would encourage you to go and see them, because you see this raw grief and incredible courage all in the same moment. And that's what we need right now. We need to grieve, but we also need this courage in this moment more than we've ever needed it. She gave me a hug, and she was heartbroken, as of course she would be, and she said that she loved him so much. And I said, Erica, he loved you so much. He died way too young, but he died a happy man because of you, because of the family that you gave him, because of the home and the life that you guys had built together. And we sat for about an hour, and we talked about Charlie. And, you know, in these moments, you don't know what to say. I'm a person who literally speaks for a living, and I had no idea what to say. And I didn't try to console her, because how can you console a person who just lost a loving husband and father? But we just talked about Charlie. We talked about who he was. We talked about some of our favorite stories. We talked about some of his idiosyncrasies and all the things that made Charlie Kirk who he was. And she said something to me that I will never forget. My wife was there. It was just me and my wife on my side, and then a lot of people from the Turning Point's family, a lot of people from Charlie's family. And she said to me that Charlie never raised his voice, that he never cussed at her, that he was never cross or mean-spirited to her. And look, I'm a husband. I'm proud of being a husband. I think that on the great balance of things that I'm a pretty good husband, but I can never say that I was never unpleasant with my wife. I can never say that I've never raised my voice to my wife. Like most husbands, even the good ones, we're sometimes imperfect. And I took from that moment that I needed to be a better husband, and I needed to be a better father. Because of all these moments that I shared just in the last few days, the books that I've read to my kids, going up to their bedroom and kissing them and hugging them before bed, I just realized that all of these moments that I get to have, Charlie is not able to have them anymore. And Charlie's kids and his beautiful wife are not able to have them anymore. And maybe the best way that I can contribute and the best way that I can honor my dear friend is to be the best husband that I can be, to be the kind of husband to my wife that he was to his. You know, we talked all the time about the most important thing you could do is not vote for a particular candidate. It was to become, if you were a young man, a husband and a father. He talked about the joy that came from fatherhood, the joy that came from raising a family and being part of their growth and their development and all the incredible things that happen when you get to be a husband and father. And that is the way that I'm going to honor my friend, is to be the very best at that most important job that I can be. But that's not the only way that I'm going to honor Charlie. And there's going to be a lot of discussion over the next 2 hours of this radio program about what exactly that looks like. It's important, and Erica asked me this, to make sure that his movement, the movement that Charlie started, it has to keep going. We have to build upon it. We have to add to it. We have to make sure that the next generation of young people feels confident and courageous to speak their mind and to speak the truth. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why do we do this. Of course, we do this so that we can enact good public policy and take back our country. We're going to talk with senior officials in the administration about what we're trying to do to honor Charlie's legacy in that way. Of course, we have to make sure that the killer is brought to justice, and importantly, we have to talk about this incredibly destructive movement of left-wing extremism that has grown up over the last few years, and I believe is part of the reason why Charlie was killed by an assassin's bullet. We're going to talk about how to dismantle that and how to bring real unity that can only come when we tell the truth and everybody knows that they can speak their mind about the issues of the day without being cut down by a murderer's gun. We're going to talk about all of those things with friends of Charlie, with people in the administration, with people that he knew. You know, on a podcast a couple of months back, Charlie was asked about how he'd want to be remembered if he died. His answer: I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. The most important thing is my faith, and that was Charlie. And in this dark moment for our country, I think that's the greatest lesson any of us can take from Charlie. To have faith in the Lord, and to be bold in how we glorify him. To be bold in our pursuits as Charlie was in his. So that's what we're going to spend a little bit of time doing this afternoon. Keeping this incredible show he created going and hearing from some of the people who were so fortunate to call Charlie a friend. We're going to pay tribute to his courageous legacy, and we're going to commit to keep it forever alive. I'm looking forward to this. Join us.
All right. Welcome. All right. So I'm going to be starting live streaming again. I'm going to bring you news again. And I haven't been doing it for a while. You know, if anyone's been following my channel, maybe you know that I've just been going through a lot, personal stuff. Every time I do anything, I would get canceled during the Biden admin for live streaming, talking about stuff, posting stuff. So this has inspired me to get back in the game, because that's what we need. We need fighters. We need people in the game. So, you know, I honestly didn't find out about Charlie Kirk until like 11:30 midnight on the day it happened. And I live in Arizona where Charlie lived. So I saw a short. I was going through YouTube and I saw a short about Charlie Kirk dying and then getting shot, getting assassinated while he was doing a public speaking event. And I'm like, it was surreal for me. I said, no, wait, Charlie Kirk's alive. He didn't get assassinated. He didn't die. That's fake news. But it was a credible source that told me that. So I looked it up. I just Googled his name, Charlie Kirk. And then, you know, born in 1993, died in 2025. And then that's when I found out what happened. I watched the horrible video of it, the close-up. It was god-awful, blood gushing out everywhere, and it was not a pleasant sight. I've seen terrorism videos that weren't as bad as that. So, with that being said, you know, RIP to Charlie. He seemed like a good man. I didn't agree on him with everything. You know, he was pro Israel a lot, and you know, I have different opinions on some of that, but nonetheless, I've been to Turning Point, the America Fest, for the last 3 years. So, you know, I've heard Charlie speak. I've seen his YouTube videos. I've seen, you know, during the election cycle, he was paramount in getting the young people registered and voting. And he was probably, I would say, the single handed most prominent figure to get Trump and Vance elected. You know, without him, I don't think it would have been a landslide. I don't think Trump may have won the popular vote. You know, Trump still may have won, but if it was too close, they would have been able to steal it like in 2020. So, you know, and during the election cycle, I helped Turning Point. I helped them cure ballots and do all that to make sure he got elected. And plus, I mean, at America Fest last year, before Trump got in office in January, normally it's held in December. Trump spoke on the Sunday, the last day he spoke. So, you know, they were good friends, and it is a tragedy. And I mean, what does that mean for America? You know, they think they're gonna silence us. The globalist, the elites, they think that by killing someone that was effective, we are gonna be silenced. But I don't see that being the case at all. And let me explain why. You know, maybe a lot of you know already. It took me some time to get back into it. I had to figure out how to set up this. All right, hopefully everything's good. I don't know. It's hard to do this and view it at the same time. So, but let me explain. You know, he was very effective in changing people's minds. He was not hateful. He did not say any hateful rhetoric, you know, like the left is trying to say. He was hateful, he deserved to be assassinated in front of thousands of people. None of that is true, you know, and I'm not gonna lie, you know, it felt like a friend died, a family member died. So it took me some time to get over it. I still have feelings of like, you know, wow, is this real? Is this, you know, is this what we have become as a society? And so, yeah, but here I am. I'm back. I'm going to do this regularly. So if you are not subscribed or if you have not followed me, do that. Help me grow. We need more people. We need more average day people to stand up and fight for free speech. Fight for freedom. You know, it's what we need now. Because they think we will be silent because of being assassinated. You know, but that is not the case. There's a lot of people that don't really care if they die. I'm one of them. Like, if I got assassinated standing up for something I believed in, I think that would be an honor. I'm not scared of these bastards anymore. So, yeah. And the reaction from the left is disgusting. It is literally disgusting, and it shows the type of people that they are. It is absolutely gross. making videos celebrating it is, I don't know, if someone I didn't agree with got shot in front of thousands of people, I would not celebrate it. I would think it would be a tragedy. I would not say they deserved it. And anyone that agreed with me politically that said that, I would call them out and disown them. So I think it's literally gross. How can you celebrate that? A father, a husband, a Christian, and Charlie Kirk has made me realize that I have to live a righteous life, and everything. So, yeah, I think their reaction is gross. And I condemn anyone that's celebrating that. And people that are getting fired from their jobs, they deserve it. Who wants a psychopath working for them? Someone that's celebrating someone getting murdered. That's a psycho. Who wants them working for them? So they deserve it. It's not cancel culture. It's called you deserve it. But, a lot of people are having memorials for him. The NFL this weekend, the Yankees game on the night he got assassinated. A lot of people are having a moment of silence. Country singers and musicians, they're all remembering him. And probably not all those people agreed with him, but he was so effective that they had to take him out. They had to silence him. He was not extreme right at all. He was not really a conspiracy theorist. I mean, like I am, but he was effective in talking to the young people and changing their minds, questioning their beliefs, and challenging them. Just with a simple question, what is a woman? A lot of college kids couldn't answer that. Simple question. A woman's someone that gives birth, a female. Not if you feel like a woman, you're a woman. So, me with my beard and looking like this, can I just say, hey, I'm a woman. I want to go in the girls' bathroom, perv on a bunch of people. These people are absolutely delusional. And I think the celebration of his death by the leftists, I think that's a big wake-up call for anyone that was normal still in the Democrat Party. I've seen a lot of videos of people saying they're gonna leave the Democrat Party because of that. Charlie Kirk wasn't he didn't agree with the gay lifestyle, but I've seen videos of him telling gay people, welcome to the Republican Party. You are welcome here, and so he tried to bridge the gap. Last year at America Fest, he had Cenk Uygur on to have a discussion in front of a bunch of conservatives and Republicans. No other influencer does that. They don't go to the leftist people over there and say, hey, you want to come to a conservative convention and have a discussion and see where we agree? Because we probably agree more than we disagree, was his philosophy. So no other person does that. And their reactions to his death were disgusting. And it shouldn't have been the case. But real quick, while I'm thinking about it, Tom McDonald released a song dedicated to Charlie Kirk. So I'm going to play it. It's called Charlie, and it's number one in all genres. It was number one trending overall, and all the money that he makes off of this song, he's going to donate to the family. So here it is.
Shot down and he was barely 31. Another woke coward took a life with a gun. He left behind a wife and a daughter and a son. All he did was try to speak for all of us. And I'm so tired of the hatred and the narratives. The patriots ain't dangerous, woke people are the terrorists. They shot and killed the father, sent a message to Americans. They ain't gonna stop until they bury us. Dear Charlie, I don't know if you can see us now, but if heaven has a window, I sure hope you're looking down. Cause we ain't going quiet, we gon' scream your name loud. And you're gone, but I swear to God that we gon' make you proud. We ain't backing off or giving up, I'll preach what you taught me. They may have killed a soldier, but that man had an army. This is far more deep than some political parties. And you can't kill freedom, so this one is for Charlie. This ain't the America that all our parents love, but good men tried to keep making it great. Pray that God will take care of us, the system is failing us. When good men die for the things that they say, and I can't just be quiet. So I gotta be brave, cause this is America. Lately it's scaring us, but one good man can change it all in a day. Killed in cold blood for having a discussion, and liberals are celebrating murder like it's justice. You didn't kill a villain or the evil that it comes with. You killed a father and a husband. And I'm so tired of the left and all the wokery. We can't get along if you just kill us when we don't agree. Sniper rifle fire from a liberal that no one sees. Scared I might be next to die when I'm just buying groceries. Charlie, we'll make sure your children know that defending all our freedom is why you aren't coming home. I hope heaven has a window you can watch your children grow and hear your message echo from below. And we ain't backing off or giving up, I'll preach what you taught me. They may have killed a soldier, but that man had an army. This is far more deep than some political parties. And you can't kill freedom, so this one is for Charlie. This ain't the America that all our parents love, but good men try to keep making it great. Pray that God will take care of us, the system is failing us. When good men die for the things that they say, and I can't just be quiet. So I gotta be brave, cause this is America. Lately it's scaring us, but one good man can change it all in a day.
So yeah, I think it's a good song. He always makes good music. If you haven't heard him, you should check him out on YouTube. And wherever you're watching this, subscribe or follow. I'm going to repost it on YouTube. Hopefully it doesn't get striked, because when I was making music that was controversial in 2021 and then doing live streams and all that, I had a YouTube account. It got nuked because you couldn't talk about the poison vaccines and you couldn't talk a lot about that stuff. So, follow me, because I've had accounts nuked before. That's why I moved to Rumble, and right now my YouTube channel isn't big enough to live stream there too. So follow me wherever you're watching this, whether it's here on Rumble or if it's on YouTube, because you want to see what's going to be coming. I'm going to be doing Man on the Street, probably go to some city council meetings. I've done it before with the Board of Supervisor meetings in Arizona. I've gone a few times. I have videos there. But now, because that's when I was still a bit nervous. So now they're going to be more on the level of Alex Stein, where you just say off the wall things. So where I just say off the wall things, and you're going to want to follow me. check out social media if you can find me. Follow me there. X. I have an Instagram. All that. But yeah, I I had an Instagram in the past and I got nuked. So that's kind of why I gave up doing this. But I think the terms of service on a lot of these platforms are better now. So hopefully I don't get nuked, but help support me if you want. I'm trying to do this full time because I want to give my life to it. I have ever since 2020 and the pandemic. When I started to wake up, I wanted to, but I haven't made very much money to support myself. So, I'm going to be doing live streams regularly, bringing you news and nothing but the truth, because American people and people in general deserve the truth. So that's what I do. I don't lie, I don't spin it. I've had issues with Trump. I've stated that before, and that made a lot of people angry at me because when he promoted the vaccine a lot, I said, I don't know why he's doing this. It seems weird, So I've had my issues with things he's done. So I am not just one sided. If Trump does something good, I'll say it. If he does something bad, I'll say it. So follow me wherever you're watching this. And yeah, I'm going to be doing this. I want to do it full time. I just need to be able to support myself. And this takes a lot of time, even to reset up this stuff and get the video clips, the other stuff, and all that. It takes time, but yeah, everyone, even Bass Pro Shop, had a bunch of American flags in honor of Charlie Kirk. So I think they're going to try to assassinate more people, but I also think, they can't kill everybody. So, but yeah, just follow me, and in the future, maybe you want to support. I always appreciate it. I hate begging for money and doing that stuff. I don't like doing it, but it is what it is. And yeah, so I'm gonna go here. And pull this up. Hopefully this works right. This is my first time in a long time doing this. So hopefully it works right. I just don't know because it's not changing the screen right now. But let me see here. I don't know. Hopefully it works. Let me see. Let me see if I play it. I don't think it's doing it. Oh man. Let me see. Because I have things I want to show you. But I don't think it's doing it. If I redo it, it should. Oh, man. Work. Let me see. Because I have things I want to
People who scream at children
but
over their parents' politics. There is no...
I don't think it's doing it. If I redo it, it should. Oh, man. Work. Let me Sorry, see. We're making adjustments as we go along. That's what we do. Because I have things I want to
People who scream at children.
Sometimes you gotta make adjustments as you do.
Children over their parents' politics. There is no...
The SOBS thing irritates me. I don't think it's doing it. If I redo it, it should. Oh, man. Work. Let me Sorry, see. We're making adjustments as we go along. That's what because I have things. Hopefully, I want
People who scream at children.
This will work now. Make adjustments as you do.
Children over their parents' politics. There is no...
SOBS one more time. Irritates me. I don't think it's doing it. If I redo it, it should. Oh, man. Work. Let me Sorry, see. We're making adjustments as we go along. All right. So hopefully it works now.
People who scream at children.
This will work now. Make adjustments as you do.
Children over their parents' politics. There is no unity with people who scream at children over their parents' politics. There is no unity with someone who lies about what Charlie Kirk said in order to excuse his murder. There is no unity with someone who harasses an innocent family the day after the father of that family lost a dear friend. There is no unity with the people who celebrate Charlie Kirk's assassination. And there is no unity with the people who scream at children over their parents' salaries of these terrorist sympathizers, someone who lies about what Charlie Kirk said in order to excuse his murder. There is no unity with someone who harasses an innocent family the day after the father of that family lost a dear friend. There is no unity with the people who celebrate Charlie Kirk's assassination. And there is no unity with the people who scream at children over their parents' salaries of these terrorist sympathizer, someone who lies about what Charlie Kirk said in order to excuse his murder. There is no unity with someone who harasses an innocent family the day after the father of that family lost a dear friend. There is no unity with the people who celebrate Charlie Kirk's assassination. And there is no unity with the people who scream at children over their parents' salaries of these terrorist sympathizer, someone who lies about what Charlie Kirk said in order to excuse his murder. There is no unity with someone who harasses an innocent family the day after the father of that family lost a dear friend. There is no unity with the people who celebrate Charlie Kirk's assassination. And there is no unity with the people who scream at children over their parents' salaries of these terrorist sympathizer, someone who lies about what Charlie Kirk said in order to excuse his murder. There is no unity with someone who harasses an innocent family the day after the father of that family lost a dear friend. There is no unity with the people who celebrate Charlie Kirk's assassination. And there is no unity with the people who scream at children over their parents' salaries of these terrorist sympathizer, someone who lies about what Charlie Kirk said in order to excuse his murder. There is no unity with someone who harasses an innocent family the day after the father of that family lost a dear friend. There is no unity with the people who celebrate Charlie Kirk's assassination.
That was playing. That was it. So, all right. My bad, guys. All right. I'm going to play this one more time. J.D. Vance just went off on people who were calling for unity with radical leftists. There is no unity with people who scream at children over their paranoid politics. There is no unity with someone who lies about what Charlie Kirk said in order to excuse his murder. There is no unity with someone who harasses an innocent family the day after the father of that family lost a dear friend. There is no unity with people who celebrate Charlie Kirk's assassination. I'm going to play it one more time. It's only a minute and something. My bad. I was wondering why it was showing me audio going. But I had the live stream going. So, yeah, here we
There
go.
is no unity with people who scream at children over their parents' politics. There is no unity with someone who lies about what Charlie Kirk said in order to excuse his murder. There is no unity with someone who harasses an innocent family the day after the father of that family lost a dear friend. There is no unity with the people who celebrate Charlie Kirk's assassination. And there is no unity with the people who fund these articles, who pay the salaries of these terrorist sympathizers, who argue that Charlie Kirk, a loving husband and father, deserved a shot to the neck because he spoke words with which they disagree. Did you know that the George Soros Open Society Foundation and the Ford Foundation, the groups who funded that disgusting article justifying Charlie's death, do you know they benefit from generous tax treatment? They are literally subsidized by you and me, the American taxpayer. And how do they reward us? By setting fire to the house built by the American family over 250 years. I am desperate for our country to be united in condemnation of the actions and the ideas that killed my friend. I want it so badly that I will tell you a difficult truth. We can only have it with people who acknowledge that political violence is unacceptable, and when we work to dismantle the institutions that promote violence and terrorism in our own country.
All right, that was J.D. Vance on the Charlie Kirk Show this morning. So his wife said that they're going to keep the show going, and America Fest is still going on in December here in Phoenix, and they're not going to cancel colleges just because of that, because Erica said that's what they want. So they have other people probably to fill in. I mean, no one's as effective as Charlie is, but yeah, I think Erica's mix of emotions, upset, pissed off at what happened. So I think she's ready to step into the fire, you know, what it sounded like. But I am going to play a video I posted on my X right now. Leftists celebrating this. Disgusting.
There are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Charlie Kirk just got shot. Oh, well, breaking fucking news, folks. Seems somebody just took a shot at one of the Fantafast's favorite 5-mile wide mouthpieces, Charles Chucklefuck Kirk.
Absolutely
There are
disgusting
a lot of people that
behavior
are like, no matter
from
what side of
these people. Shut up, people. Alright, so now we'll have this psycho girl. Look at her. What a lovely woman. She's freaking psycho. Just look at that. Oh my God.
Hi, Donald. Thought I would check in after,
Ugh.
today's activities. Charlie Kirk? I mean, he himself said a couple of deaths here and there aren't so bad to keep our Second Amendment right. And then later, another school shooting. Another one. Hey, by the way, I'm wearing a shirt just for you. So I thought maybe you should think about gun violence. I bet if you ask Charlie now if he thought a few deaths so that everybody got to keep their Second Amendment rights was okay by him, I think he'd probably say, as long as it wasn't me. Guess he shouldn't have manifested that shit. He definitely manifested it. So, Donald, about that gun violence. How many times have I made a TikTok after a violent gun shooting? I know there have been at least a few, Donald.
Look at her eyes.
Yeah, at least a few.
Psycho smile.
I wonder if he was just born a criminal and that's why he shot. That's why he shot Charlie Kirk.
These people are absolutely delusional. They are showing their true colors. It has come out, their true colors, and it is gross. To say the least, you know. It is absolutely disgusting behavior from these people. So, yeah, I just wanted to start this up again. Follow me, and I'll be back very soon with more updates, more news, you know. Oh shoot, I didn't talk about it, but, you know, there's a lot of conspiracy theories going around about different things that happen. And I'm going to make it brief because I don't want to be wrong about anything. But I don't really buy the official narrative. There's some things that don't make sense. You know, the killer Tyler Robinson or whatever his name is that they were saying was a far right groiper, you know, a far right Nick Fuentes groiper, and Charlie Kirk was too centrist, even though we said he was far right after his assassination. Now he's too middle of the road. So this far-right extremist had to take him out, which is not true. He's dating a trans man. You know, and he had, like, hate, catch this fascist and other Antifa things on the bullets. But some of it doesn't seem like an official good narrative. I don't know. When you look at things, you know, you look at him, he climbs a roof, you know, you don't see a rifle when he gets down, which is a little bit crazy because you don't see him have a rifle getting off the roof, but they say he broke the rifle down within a minute, put it in his backpack, and then he got off the roof, and then he was wearing, like, different clothing, and then he changed his clothes, so he went to the college, got on the roof, changed his clothes, shot Charlie Kirk, broke down the rifle, got off the roof, went into the woods, or wherever he discarded the rifle. He put the rifle back together while he's on the run trying to get out of there. He just, oh yeah, I think I'll just put it back together. Just gonna put it back together. And then he wrapped it in a towel, put it there, and he changed his clothes again. So none of it really adds up because he changed his clothes when he got on the roof, changed it when he got off the roof, broke down the rifle after shooting somebody, then re-put the rifle back together before he discarded it. So, some of that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but in respect for Charlie, I'm not going to assume anything, but a lot of these political assassinations, as we know, are, they have a patsy, a fall guy. You saw it on the day of his assassination. This old guy got arrested, admitting he did it. He was also a witness to 9/11. Magically, what are the odds of that? What are the odds of that? But, yeah. So, some of it seems a little bit weird to me, but hey, I'm a conspiracy theorist. So, I don't think, I know a lot of people are saying Israel had something to do with it, but if you know Charlie Kirk, Israel, he was an asset for them because he loved Israel. So, I don't know about that. I do know Israel attacked a bunch of places before the assassination. So, another conspiracy is in one of the places Israel attacked, they have the American, and then they also have a CCP, base there. So, they were saying that country, I forgot which country it is, but that country got the CCP to take him out. But I don't know. Some of it doesn't add up or make sense, but that is politics. Not a lot of the shit makes sense, But yeah, follow me. I do want to get funding. So I need subscribers, supporters, followers. Follow me. And I do want to do man on the street stuff. I don't just want to sit here and, bring you news every day. I want to get out and do shit because that's what Charlie Kirk did. So, yeah. And I'm not scared of dying. So, yeah, follow me and have a good day. Stay positive. This is a mass awakening because in the UK, in Australia, in South Korea, all over the world, they're celebrating the life of Charlie Kirk. So, yeah, have a good day. I'll talk to you later.